Starting light, no info at all in the corner. Kadoom, he's punished though. Noxy, great pick, but they still have to overwhelm this Viper inside Hookah. But Congared, they overlook him for just a second. There is a response though, nice and quickly. How's the pace going to be set here as the 4v2 does settle?
MiTH does have an incendiary. Could be used quite nicely, but Alone Feels currently smoked on through. It actually expires just in the nick of time for him to peek here. He does have those satchels as well, but he's going to go for the fight nice and early. 3 players here at the TP, can't quite get the first one. And now it's Beta in the 1 versus 4. He does have that Sky Smoke to drop him down on towards the spike. A tap, an attempted stick, and immediate smokes go down to buy a little bit more time. And with that spray starting to come on through, the wall is down. Wanna is able to deny the spike from going through the TP, picked on through. Push for the trade, everything happening in the kill feed. 20 seconds to try and get the plant, and a Drenking does have it to go in the open spaces of B, but only with this Sheriff in a 1 versus 2, he has an isolated duel potentially. If Beta overextends, here is the fight, the frag, the first, maybe the second, but no, the extra shot, the bullet, you think maybe. But it doesn't come exciting to see. I don't like this, Conky. I really don't like this. A Judge in toward a Poison Cloud. At least you're going to see the satchel over, and Axelov, you're getting the read on towards Alone Feels, but Kadoom is still here. The paint shells get the explosion. The plant is looking to be established, but Wanna peeking up with the Judge. No plant just yet, and it's a 2 versus 4. The TP heard Beta.
And Kush here on that line, that cross. Kadoom punished. There's one, and now he knows there is one on the flank, but he does reposition. Actually going into the garden. Prowler out to clear. Great time in the middle of this round, but he goes back into Hookah. Can he find more? But no, it's Axelovia who does it. It's all left onto Kush though. Again, the man who we see getting into this roster of Made in Thailand and really making a name for himself, stepping up. Information goes out underneath though. Hookah, Beta, yeah, he's taken. Kadoom though, wow. Hang on a second. It will be denied, however, in the form of Axelovia's orbital strike, but Alone Feels is here and 3 alive.
Actually going to be Alone Feels from up here on top of the truck. Is he going to be able to dodge it out? A satchel actually to try and escape. The showstopper from Delby still able to find Wanna, but only after a frag was found. A plant starting to go down, an orbital strike though, and that incendiary. Axelovia very lucky to be alive, but he cannot cauterize this wound right now. He will be taken down. Paint shells for Alone Feels. He can satchel himself in, or rather not satchel, showstopper, but maybe not needed, as it is just down to Kush. 1 versus 3, can't get the job done. Alone Feels for 3 of his own. Alone is on both sides, right? Very contested on attack and defense. It might be difficult to bring this one back in, but for right now, those doors have opened up for MiTH extremely. Alone Feels with 2 frags, 1 courtesy of that ultimate showstopper. It has sent AE to the other side of the map, and even though MiTH aren't here, they've got a 2-player advantage.
Alone Feels, I want whatever this guy had for breakfast, looking like the Hulk, just absolutely barraging through in that position once more. Again, all the domination that this guy has been able to find. He's now joined his friend Kadoom inside Heaven, but 3 members moving out of that defended side at spawn. Drenking, there's one, but now potentially caught. He has to be careful because that Sky Smoke is faded.
Oh, no way.
Hang on a minute. The run and gun from the man himself now into the lamps. Will he get back? No. Kadoom will punish, and Alone Feels to close 16-14, and then to lose Fracture, a map that you've taken off Paper X. But this time Kadoom, maybe he got a little bit too excited and giving an opportunity up.
But if we can see 7-5, it might be alright for AE to get started on the defensive side. And it might give a little bit more comfort now by the fact that they've got this plant starting to be established. They've got a 4 versus 1 situation, and Wanna is going to be seen by this Prowler. Maybe in spawn, he gets bit, which means he is probably no longer for this world. Eventually, maybe takes 1, not going to be the case.
Or getting ready for champions, rather. They want to know, and they want to show, and that's what Noxy is looking to do here for Alter Ego. Delby, again something, and now Beta's got a big task ahead.
Okay, a bit of a tussle over in the Hookah, but now onto the side, into the pipe. It's Beta to try and get more than 1. Not going to happen, however, and an orbital strike towards Alone Feels location is going to separate him once more from Wanna. The Prowler, again from Kush. These Prowlers have been sensational to get some information toward the tail end of these rounds. And with the location of Wanna given up, the retake is certainly on. He doesn't have his Poison Cloud. He doesn't have a wall over here, but you know what he's got, Conky. It's a pit. That incendiary onto the spike for 8 seconds of time to be bought for AE, but they have to wait for that. The pit for Wanna. He has to hold this on. The C's, the damage. AE, you have to start to get activated. The Haunt is there. Did it pop on Alone Feels? It did, but it's Wanna.
No
1,
way.
2. Is there a third? There's not. Kush, he answers. Powerful line with this tour de force. If he finds the opener, that could be very, very large for MiTH to lock down this B site.
Has to break the Prowler with that tour de force already, but he does some further damage. Del B has been punished. Kadoom, he swaps back. To always swap to the pistol from the sniper when you get the moment, but Adrian King, as you mentioned.
Over at the A side of the map, no information given to you by AE, a guiding light from Adren King to get some information, a half defuse for Wanna-Fly, but the swing together, AE, that's the way.
Is he going to be able to compose? However, though, 4v4 damage dealt, but it's just blind sprays through these smokes right now. Axe, love ya. One, Adrian King, though, here we go. The self-flash in, and he gets the job done now. Beta, Wanna-Fly. He did manage to get one on this incendiary. There could be a split. There could be a bit of a spray, a bit of an array, and Wanna-Fly. Oh.
Yeah, post-plant meta. I remember that one. It was one of my favorite ones. A lot of people hated it. It just means that MiTH don't have to really contend with the positioning right now. You cannot even take it towards half. You have to go for these fights. The location of Conga Red is huge, and Wanna-Fly now getting one as well. The whiff's coming from Delby, and this post-plant is looking absolutely crucial for MiTH to find double digits. The round is just done and dusted right now. The spike is going to go kaboom. And that, again, you know, one of the highlights that I made was AE's defense was pretty much non-existent against Bleed.
Here we go.
A headhunter. It is a gun in this game that can do the shoot. So can this ultimate. Now is
he from Alter Ego. Maybe they heard me talking smack, right? Because they've stepped up inside this round, and it's the round where the pressure is high.
50 seconds, though, and Adren King, he wins the duel against Wanna-Fly. Now it's all on to Beta. Did he expect someone else in the showers? The answer is no. He still manages to get Adren King. He's rendezvous here as well, so he can peek into that when he needs to. Kush wants to destroy the Trailblazer, but there's that information. It's going to force the rendezvous out, and Alone Feels is sending it in with the judge. Beta's here for the drop as well, and this round is completely turned upside down for AE. Once more a plant for MiTH, a 5 versus 3. Do you just have to concede before you even attempt to retake right now? Kadoom, he's looking very hungry for this kill onto Adren King. He's going to find it as well, and now the remaining two members of AE are completely split and disconnected. The game plan for MiTH in this round, they have changed it up. They have shut AE down, and they're looking to close it down flawlessly. Clearly, he's got a lot of his utility already laid down over towards this A site.
They're ready to go in. Zalone feels once more. Del B, though. Kush also punishing. Great orbital strike. Spike drop, sees down, and here we go. Ready for a boogie, but Del B, it's a little bit hot under the collar there for the man, so unfortunately nothing to go in.
He's going to have to shoot them. At least gets 2 for that, but he needs to get opponents. Delby through the TP to start onto Conga Red, Adren King onto Kadoom. This shutdown is happening. Wanna-Fly for 1, but it's traded on through. And now for Beta, Alone Feels. They're completely flustered. They have to run away.
Back out. He's actually going to get aggressive all the way in. This is huge. They're not going to be ready for that at all. Komodo, Alone Feels. There's one. Here's the party as well. But they have to plan. They have to get it down now. They don't know where to look. They don't know where to go. He's got it. He's made it happen. Alone Feels. The timing was perfect, but Adrian King again missed it. He has to sit in this spot now, and he's going to miss. It's so rough. It's so rough, Noxy.
He's given up the goat in this one, hasn't he?
He absolutely has. Now he's back out.
Adren King by himself to try and do anything, and it's not going to happen across the map. It feels like that judge getting things happening, and now Kush, how many bodies is he going to be able to see? The Nightfall is available. 5 versus 3, a reverse plant at the back of the site.
They're all here, and they're all going down. Conga Red will, though, find one. Axe, love ya. Oh, man. A 1v5 would be the best thing you could do, but no. Had a game, but this could be his moment, his shining star under the lamps. Will it be bright or will it be dark? There it is. There's an opening. There's a weapon as well. Retrievable. Kush gets the job done now. It'll be the Haunt 2 as well. Doesn't quite spot the info. And a 2 versus 5. Beta has to clear one. Does manage to at least spot Fake on the plan. Time will be ticking. Del B, great swing. The Conga Red, at least he's been able to weaker. It might not be enough. He's so far crossing that line. Great shot. Del B goes down. Conga Red, if this is the way you close, I think everyone will bow down to your greatness. The hold, the stick, it's not going to be enough. Oh, he's not going to use the teleport though. Seekers go out again. This poor man. He's been getting forced back by some green cabbages, and they are expensive right now. Noxy and Adrian King, though, will keep their composure in total. And Del B, out of nowhere, dropping the pit. Wanna-Fly, he's going down. And Kadoom, I mean, he's been fantastic, but...
This is the one, the orbital strike as well. 2 off the showstopper for Alone Feels. He's going to be the sacrificial lamb.
There it is. There's the opener. 1, 2. Axe, love ya. He was quiet. We've been waiting for him, Komodo. Exactly as we said. Del B is low, but I think Axe has got enough. He certainly found a 3rd. You only want to fly over towards those showers, and it's Kadoom opening up 2. Make it 3. The man is always here when his team needs him the most. And now there is only 2 remaining members, and they are going to be rotating straight through that teleporter.
The MiTH side, They're grouping up, the splitting right now. The operator denied. Beta onto Noxy works wonderful. And now for Kush, stuck at triple. He is so vulnerable. This 1 versus 4. The swing, and it's not going to work out. Want to fight a close.
Position already. Moment out. Trailblazer in. But Kadoom, he's already poised, will destroy that Prowler. Delby is here to punish something. They've got the lineups, the post plan is already ready to go. They have to go fishing, and the waters aren't exactly calming. This position, Wanna will manage to find another. Here's this 4-on-4, Delby, he's going forward again. They have to punish in this Brimstone, but now teleporting his way back. Kush gets one more. Is it gonna be enough? Delby has got 3 now. Beta in the position. He's got the orbital strike, and I think he has won it. Komodo, Beta, the newest member.